with teachers and support personnel, and as I've heard, the greatest janitorial staff in the country. So let me see, are there, I'm not wearing my glasses, are there any teachers in the house? How about paraprofessionals? And I saw some graduate workers that were in the house as well. This is the House of Education. And I think there's some governors and senators and mayors, so I wonder what's going on today. Seriously, as I walked around, I'm an AFT leader, and we represent a whole bunch of people in Wisconsin, including Mayor Rhodes Conway, who is a member of AFT Local 2231. Thank you, Mayor. But what I was thinking as I walked around is I have a picture on my phone from a poster that I have in my office. And it is a poster that I have carried around to every office I go to or have, that was given to me by an art teacher in New York City. I was the head of the New York City Teachers Union for a long time. I was the teacher of social studies in Brooklyn. And this is what this poster said and says. And what I thought about as I met a lot of you today. It says, teachers, I inspire, I encourage, I empower, I nurture, I activate, I motivate, I change the world. I am a teacher. And that is who all of you are. And that's who all of you are up here. And it is such an amazing thing to be in a school as we're getting into the first few days. And I don't know about all of you, I still have jitters the first few days of school. And seeing and feeling the energy that's in this room, the sense of hope and possibility. So, when others, create despair, we're dreamers. When others create fear, we hope. When others try to get us to be silent, we tell stories. When others smear us, we find solutions. And that's who you all are. And there's no better a person to greet all of you and all of us and to create that, in Yiddish it's called Nourishkeit, that sense of nurturing. Somebody in here who knows Yiddish. It's that sense of nurturing than Dr. Joe Biden. Now she's starting, by the way, on Tuesday as well. Because she still teaches. And what she's brought to the White House, and look, there's a person in the White House that accompanies her who's a pretty good guy too. But what she's brought is a sense of humanity, a sense of compassion, a sense of purpose, a sense of we're all in it together, a sense of connection and community. And it is so great that she is with all of us now as we, the profession that nurtures all other professions, gather this year to really fight loneliness and fight learning loss and really grow a generation of students to be the future of our country and our world. That is what you do. And I can't thank you enough for doing it each and every day. You know all the things you go through. I often have conversations with teachers about, okay, when do you do your lessons? Do you do it at 4 o'clock in the morning, or do you do it till 5 o'clock the night before? I used to do them all Sunday night to Sunday morning to Monday morning. You know what it means. So does she. You know who you are. I can't thank you enough for what you do. And another person who spends the time, she and I are on the road together a lot. I just said to her, where were you yesterday? She's like, I'm in Michigan. Where were you yesterday? I'm in Oregon. But Becky Pringle, the president of the NEA, I'm a social studies teacher, she's a science teacher. So she's the smarty pants, I'm the talker. Becky Pringle, I am so honored. I rarely get to introduce her. I am so honored that in this moment of time when the extremists ban books, try to stop us from teaching honest history, that I have someone side by side who actually fights this fight and lifts up all of us as she does. Thank you, Becky Pringle, President of the NEA.
I just want to say, Verona proud. Oh, thank you, Randy, so much. There is no one I'd rather be fighting this battle and leading into the future beside me, around me, all together, hand in hand, than Randi Weingarten. I am so proud to stand before you as the president of the 3 million member National Education Association. NEA, are you in the house? Here we are together, standing to not only promote, to not only protect, but to strengthen public education in this moment. I am so proud that I get to stand with our Wisconsin Education Association Council President, Miss Peggy Wirtz-Alton. Yeah. And the members of WEAC. Yeah. As an educator for over 30 years, I know how much meaning and promise and hope this time of year brings. Hope as a verb compels us to act from a place of knowing and a place of believing, from a place of purpose and determination, from a place of strength and a place of power. Hope is what reminds us of our responsibility. It pushes and it pulls us. When we think we can't, we know we must. Hope is at the center of our humanity and our resilience, our highest aspirations. It drives us and it requires us to stand and to fight. That we lift up our voice in this moment is driven by that hope. It reminds us that we have, and that we can, and that we will. We will prevail. That's what we'll do. And we'll do it because of you. I have never been prouder to call myself a teacher than I am in this moment. When I greeted you and I asked you, how you feeling? You said, I'm ready. I'm excited. I'm waiting for the babies to come to our schoolhouse doors. Because that's who we are. And we're not alone. With strong champions here in Wisconsin and all the way to the White House. We will not just stand. We will prevail. We have some unapologetic allies who understand that public education is the foundation of our democracy. And we will not stop until we reclaim public education as a common good and then transform it into something it was never designed to be. A racially and socially just and equitable system that prepares every student, everyone to succeed in this diverse and interdependent world. All of these allies around us, with us today, they always stand with educators and students and parents and families fighting for us on education and healthcare and labor, because as educators, we know we're educating the whole child, right? That whole student. All of us have that responsibility that when we say every, we actually mean every. So we have an incredible ally who has been the lead sponsor of the Equality Act, which offers protections to the LGBTQ+ community. Yes. In this moment where they need us the most. She is the chair of the all-important Education Funding Subcommittee. I need you to give it up for the fierce and fearless fighter, your favorite Senator, Tammy Baldwin.
So, good afternoon. It is so great to be here at Glacier Ed Elementary. And thank you, Becky, for that incredible introduction and for joining us here today. I know that both you and Randy go to bat every single day for our teachers, and that hard work does not go unnoticed. In the face of repeated attacks on organized labor in states like Wisconsin, AFT and NEA keep showing up to do the work on behalf of their membership, and so we deeply appreciate your joining us here today. Thank you. And to Dr. Biden, welcome back to Wisconsin. It's so great. I know in this room full of educators and support staff, both Dr. Biden and Governor Evers will feel right at home. And, right, they do. And to our educators and support staff, it's an honor to join you as we kick off another school year. Now, I know no amount of ice cream can cure the end of summer blues. But perhaps with our very special guest today, I kind of have this feeling that the 2023 Ice Cream Social will be one to remember. We certainly appreciate all of you taking the time to join us today, stepping away from getting your lessons planned, prepared, and getting your classrooms all set up. I know that with a new year comes new challenges for every teacher, and right now, there's no denying that our educators face a lot of challenges. Over the last few decades, teachers and their voices have too often been sidelined or silenced, as educators have been the focus of misguided attacks. Our teachers are far too often being asked to do more with less, while trying to maintain high-quality education for every Wisconsin student, the education that they deserve. But despite these challenges, our teachers, all of you, show up every day for your students to help them learn, grow, and navigate what can be an increasingly confusing and chaotic world. You have not wavered in your commitment. You show up and you resolve to deliver for your kids and your communities. I hope you know you're not alone, and that you have partners working to ensure that you have the resources you need to be successful, whether that's in the Wisconsin Governor's Mansion, on Capitol Hill, or in the White House. I am so proud to support public education and our teachers' unions and the educators and support staff who work day in and day out in service to their communities. As some of my colleagues in Congress continue to push for cuts to public education, I'm committed to fighting for the resources our students need to be successful, whether it be funding for career education, helping them feel safe at school, or support for school-based mental health services. I am also committed to supporting our educators with increased pay and benefits and a seat at the bargaining table and improved working conditions so that you can focus what's most important. You can focus on providing each and every child with the education they need to reach their full potential. So as we start a new school year, I want to thank you for your hard work and your dedication. I cannot stress enough how indebted Wisconsin is to all of you for your tireless work on behalf of our students. I, for one, feel lucky to work with one of the most pro-union, pro-education governors in Wisconsin history. So, our governor, who is fighting the good fight every day for Wisconsin teachers and students. It is an honor to introduce our next speaker, who is not only an advocate for our teachers, but knows firsthand how you're feeling as we approach the beginning of another school year. Please welcome Governor Tony Evers.
Hello, Verona. Good to be back. Please have a seat. Thanks so much. It's great to be back once again. Senator Baldwin, thank you for all your great work in supporting teachers and kids and others all across our state. And let's get you reelected. Excuse me. Went off script there, sorry. Also want to thank Superintendent Clardy and Principal Taylor and Glacier Ridge staff for hosting this event today. I had the honor of leading this district for 4 years. I don't know if any of you are still here. And having my kids have a first-class, world-class education, and that's a fact. I want to, excuse me, I also want to recognize all the folks from the American Federation of Teachers and the National Education Association, including obviously President Weingarten and President Pringle. Thank you for your good work that you do for the nation's children. Also, I'd like to thank all the leaders, educators, school staff, and more here today to welcome First Lady Dr. Jill Biden back to Wisconsin. Thank you for being here, Jill. Folks, it's no secret that I spent most of my career in education fighting for Wisconsin kids. As I say a lot of times, what's best for our kids is best for our state, and it is a truism. For me, as a teacher, then as a principal, superintendent of schools, and state superintendent, and governor, the back-to-school season is the best time of year for me. And everybody here that feels the same, I hope you know how grateful I am for the work that you do to go above and beyond for our kids, even as they walk through the front doors on the very first day. I also know firsthand that there is no limit to the length that teachers will go to help kids be their best selves, both in and out of the classroom, often acting not only as an educator, but as a needed friend, a counselor, an advocate. Each staff member plays an invaluable role in the lives of our kids, and frankly, in my book, you are heroes. And I just have to give you, for example, and I know this, I don't know if there's any folks that work in food service here, but I just have to have a shout out for you. Every school visit, every time I go to a school, I thank the people that do food service work here in the state of Wisconsin. You think about them, they see almost every kid, almost every day, every week, and for a full year. And if you're in a small enough school district that I was in just a couple weeks ago, or a couple days ago, they actually get to see them every day, every week, for 13 years. Think about that. You folks are saints, so thank you for all that good work. Obviously, as governor, part of my job is supporting you and your good work, and that includes making sure that you have the resources and support to be successful. And also, let me be clear, part of my work, and our work together, frankly, also includes making sure people respect this important work that you do and that you receive the acknowledgement and appreciation that you deserve. With that, thank you for everything you do to support our kids and our state's future. Now, it is my pleasure to turn it over to an incredible educator, one of your fellow educators. I had the honor to visit his classroom last year. It was extraordinary. Great individual, one of our, as a state, 2022 Teachers of the Year, Cabby Hong. And I want to introduce at the same time our First Lady of the United States of America, par excellence teacher, Dr. Jill Biden. Folks, come on up.
Good afternoon, Verona. How's everyone doing? This is a totally normal Thursday, right? My name is Cabby Hong, and this is my 23rd year teaching in this incredible school district. I am a proud member of the Verona Area Education Association, WEAC, and NEA. It is my honor and pleasure to be introducing our very special guest today, First Lady Dr. Jill Biden. When I think about our First Lady, I think of someone who has the heart of a teacher. She is kind, compassionate, empathetic, But most importantly, she is a fierce advocate for all students. This advocacy comes from years of experience in the classroom. She started as an English teacher at St. Mark's High School, and today she continues to teach at Northern Virginia Community College. To see a fellow educator and English teacher like me in the White House is incredibly affirming. Personally, I'm thrilled to have the First Lady here because I know she believes, as passionately as we do, that all students deserve top-notch, safe, and welcoming public schools. No exceptions. Whether working to support America's strong public schools or inspiring the next generation of educators, we have a partner in the First Lady. So Verona, let's give a warm back-to-school welcome to our First Lady, Dr. Jill Biden.
Thank you. Thank you very much. Thank you. Thank you. Oh, thank you very much. Thank you. Thank you, please. I hope my students welcome me like that on Tuesday. Anyway, thank you, Cabby. You know, your passion for your students shines through everything you do, so thank you. Thank you very much. And Principal Taylor and Glacier Edge for the warm welcome. So thank you all. Mayor Rhodes Conway and other elected leaders joining us, thank you for taking the time for asking me to be here today. And Becky and Randy, you always show up for your members. And we're all so thankful for your leadership and commitment to helping educators thrive across this country. And I'm truly honored to be here with all of you educators and support staff. You, all of you, make me proud to be a longtime member of the NEA and an honorary member of the AFT. With each new school year, we stand on the precipice of possibility. Hallways once again overflow with the roar of life. Shrieks of excitement shattering the summer calm, welcoming us to our next chapter. And as educators, it's hard not to wonder about the students we're about to meet. I mean, I've already looked at my roles. And so what will help their imaginations soar? What do they hope to become? And what will they push us to discover together? But for some, those moments have been ripped away. Last week on Maui, I spoke with teachers and administrators, counselors and librarians who had lost so much. Their loved ones, their homes, their schools, and their dreams for the new school years. But even amid their personal devastation, they were searching for a way forward for their students. You know, think about it. Think about all those lives lost. So many of those educators lost so many students. And as I've traveled the country again and again, I've seen educators' resilience in the face of impossible odds, flooding and fires, violence, and a pandemic. But then, that's who we are as educators, isn't it? I mean, we chose this path out of love for what we do and who we teach. And I think that that message matters more than ever, because lately when I turn on the TV, I see pundits attacking our public schools and saying that parents and educators are at odds. But that's not what I see. I visited schools where parents and educators are working hand in hand to help kids overcome challenges and make learning better for everyone. There's no divide between those who love our students and those who teach them, because we do both. This isn't just a job that we walk away from at 3:15. When we're caring for our own kids, we're thinking about someone else's kid too. To answer this call of service is in itself an act of hope. Because you all know this. This isn't just a job, it's a calling. And all of you were called to this profession for a reason. Because you never give up on the families you serve. Because you continue to believe that a better world is possible. And you make that world real, one student at a time. And none of that could happen without the support of our unions. I'm here to say that you aren't in this alone. You have a friend in the White House. Two, in fact. Me and my husband, Joe. I always knew that Joe would be an education president because this means so much to him. And he's delivered on his promises, from addressing the mental health and academic needs of our students to signing the bipartisan gun safety bill, to loan forgiveness for public servants. And here in Wisconsin, he is grateful for the incredible partners like Senator Baldwin and Governor Evers. Tomorrow or Tuesday, whenever you're starting, as you step back into your classrooms, I hope that you remember that right now, someone out there is standing a little taller because you helped her find the confidence she needed. Someone is working a little harder because you pushed him to try. Someone is braver because you helped her find her courage. We know that there are challenges ahead, but we do this work because it's who we are. We're optimists. We're true believers. We're union members. We stand together and we fight for the communities we care about. Have a great school year. Thank you. Thank you.